So there's a brand new movie on Disney Plus called Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, I want to put out a full disclosure. Now, I am going to review it. No spoilers, so don't worry. Uh, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've never seen a single episode of the Chip and Dale animated series. However, I freaking love this movie. I actually love this movie. I'm not even joking. This might be one of the sweetest movies I've seen in the last couple of years. And I actually truly enjoyed it. And look, I'm not somebody who ever really keeps up with Disney Plus originals. I rarely ever keep up with that kind of stuff. Uh, but you know, I so I'll first tell you why I even bother to watch this movie, even though I had never seen a Chip and Dale episode. So here's the Rotten Tomato scores. The critics give it a 79%. It's certified fresh, and the audience gives it a 85%. So that's actually a really good score. But I'm gonna first tell you why I even bother to even watch this. So uh, I think a couple of days ago I was just scrolling on Instagram and there was an ad for this commercial. It showed it's a scene near the beginning that they keep promoting, which is when Dale tells Chip that he got CGI surgery. I don't know why, but I found it so funny. I found so funny seeing that little scene because it was just kind of funny because I didn't even know what the heck the movie was gonna be. But then I watched the trailer. Oh, wrong can. Then I watched the trailers and I figured out what the story was. And to me, it basically was just Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a movie I grew up watching. I loved it. I really enjoy that movie. And so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. Now I didn't know how good or bad it was gonna be because again, I'm not a Chip and Dale fan, and I'm not. And also, if you're a fan of the animated series, I honestly can't tell you whether or not you're gonna like it, but it does have a lot of callbacks, a lot of moments. But what I like about this is it's a very meta movie. I'm gonna compare this movie to Matrix Resurrections. So you guys know I'm a big hardcore Matrix fan. I love that first original Matrix movie. Two and three not so much, but Resurrections, and Matrix Resurrections, the whole plot is basically Neo works for Warner Brothers and he develops Matrix games. He developed three Matrix games, and Warner Bros. Is forcing him to make a fourth one. And then the entire movie, there's a lot of callbacks. There's a lot of, going back to that original Matrix movie. Of course, callbacks. That's what that Matrix Resurrection was. My problem with it is that it went too meta to the point where I just kind of started. I just kind of started thinking, I'm not really going into it. But Chip and Dale went meta, but with the purpose. Like, this movie establishes that these are just actors who just play characters in movies, but they do act somewhat like this. And you see like the animated world, the human world, a mixture of both. And again, this is again Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I like how it's even also a little bit of a murder mystery because, of course, Chip and Dale in the cartoons, I only found this out from the movie, but Chip and Dale in the cartoons, they're kind of like detectives. They're buddy cop. One stupid, one smart. It's nice. The voice actors who played Chip and Dale were fun, but I also like this story. It's so funny. I didn't even see this in the trailers because I think I only saw one trailer, but apparently they have to basically Peter Pan is now old. He's middle aged. He's balding. He has a big belly. He has stubble, and now that he's no longer Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. Now he's basically a mob boss, and he basically bootlegs people when they don't pay off his debt. And he basically bootlegs you if you don't. So if you're like an animated character, he grabs you, he reanimates you, and puts you in bootleg movies and forces you to do them because he now wants to make money off bootleg movies. And Chip and Dale have to find their friend, this big fat rat who's like, he's British, I believe, and they had to go find him because he went missing because, of course, he had he didn't pay off his debt of cheese that he owed, and so now he's being turned into a bootleg character. And even in the background, I know everyone gives me crap. A lot of people gave me crap for my Space Jam 2 review, which I like Space Jam 2 a lot. I think it's better than the first Space Jam movie, but I like seeing the little cameos in the background. Space Jam 2, you had King Kong, you had Superman, you had all this. This movie actually went far more into cameos, like little Easter eggs. At one moment, you see the mom from Phineas and Ferb. you see Star Wars references. You see that fish from Nemo. There's so many like references to. There's even one where Paul Rudd shows up in this movie only for a quick second to talk about his own movie called Aunt Man. Yes, you heard me right, Aunt Man. And even at one point, you get Ugly Sonic, which is the Sonic, and I'm not joking, the Sonic from the first teaser trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie back in 2019. That ugly version with the teeth and its weird eyes. Yeah, he's here. He's actually in this movie and actually interacts with Chip and Dale. And I found it funny, but the movie was really sweet. It was nice. I'll admit there's references I just didn't get, but they, for the most part, they seem to really. It's like the movie knew that some people weren't gonna know the references, so they kind of explain it to you real quick. Some of the references. I like Chip and Dale's whole backstory. You know how they became friends, and then went to Hollywood. There's even a little cameo where they talk about their rise to fame in Hollywood, and one of the things they say is that they were background characters. They were just there in the background, and they actually showed up in an episode of Full House, just in the background. Of course, obviously that's not real. They just edited that, but it's a nice little moment. J.K. Simmons is in this movie. He plays like a detective cop. He's like this Play-Doh blob thing. I don't know what the heck it's called, but J.K. Simmons is actually great in this movie. Peter Pan, the whole Peter Pan thing, how he's this middle-aged man, that I found freaking hilarious, and it's actually amazing. Seth Rogen, I completely forgot, but Seth Rogen's in this movie too. He plays like this little old 2000s character. What I like is that this movie mentions that kind of animation from back in the day, like Polar Express, where they kind of look like they never blinked. They look like they could never look at a character eye to eye, and it looked like humans. It looked accurate, but it also didn't look accurate, And I like that the movie makes a joke out of that. And there's even a moment where Seth Rogen, the character that Seth Rogen voices in this movie, meets other versions of Seth Rogen voice played characters. Like he meets the Blob from Monsters vs. Aliens. He meets the little pig from Lion King. I don't know why I'm freezing on the name, and he meets the little grasshopper from Kung Fu Panda, and they're all together. It's literally Spider-Man No Way Home with Seth Rogen characters. And you know what? Next up, they got to add Donkey Kong there. But there's a lot of references that I don't know. There's some references in this movie that I'm surprised they got away with. Like most of it, it's a Disney movie. Disney really owns everything. But there are references like Sonic. I don't know how they got Sonic. Isn't Sonic Paramount or whatever? But I know I'm talking more about the references, but they're just hilarious, man. But this movie was sweet. It was nice. I freaking love this movie. And if you want to know who do I recommend this movie to, if you're a Chip and Dale fan, you're probably gonna love it. I don't know. I've never seen the original. If you're a fan of, I don't know, Who Framed Roger Rabbits, I'm a big fan of that movie. You're gonna like this movie. If you're a fan of animation, stuff like that, you're probably gonna like this because there's a lot of jokes. Like they make a lot of jokes of CGI and animation, 2D animation and CGI. And again, if you're a Disney fan, you're probably really gonna love the background. And hey, if you're a parent and your kids, you wanna, it's about to be summer. It's summer vacation, I believe, for a lot of your kids. So this movie's perfect. Your kid is bored. You put this movie on, and they're probably gonna have a lot of fun with it. So, anyways. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments what do you think of the movie. Have you seen it? Have you not? Whatever it is, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. And this is coming from somebody who likes a lot of dark and edgy movies. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.